Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. This is Warren.
And Josh.
And we've been asleep for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I went to Japan,
and Josh.
like I said previously.
Good job.
On the podcast, and everything just fell apart. Apparently, I'm the glue that holds us together.
We recorded the podcast, we talked.
Oh, you recorded one podcast? That's cool. How many weeks was I gone?
2.
Oh, that's so nice.
Doolin didn't want to do it the second week.
Yeah, because you hadn't posted the first one yet. Anyway, I'm here.
I didn't get the login information, okay?
Why didn't you give the login information?
I thought you still had other things you still needed to do.
No, the video's done.
Oh, okay, cool.
I already rendered it. It just took a minute.
We'll post it in like 10 years.
Yeah.
It'll be our lost episode.
Our reunion tour.
Yeah.
We'll launch us. Without Josh.
It's actually just us bad-mouthing Josh for like 2 hours.
And that's what I was looking forward to. I was like, maybe sometime while I'm in Japan,
we can do that now.
I'll have time
Stupid.
to just put some headphones in and hear you guys roast me for 2 hours. But it never happened.
Because no one ever gave me the login information. I don't control anything. I just come here and talk.
Either way. What we did start 2 weeks ago was something we wanted to do as an introduction 2 weeks ago, but I guess now we have to reintroduce this idea.
Sort of reintroduce when they didn't hear it.
They just introduced it. The first time was just practice.
Something when I was poring over my hours looking over our YouTube analytics, just like clapping my own hand and all that stuff, being happy. I realized that you guys only like the average or the median, what is it? I don't know.
Hurry up, we're losing viewers as we talk.
Only last
the
on
average
our
watch time.
Yeah, is about 30 minutes, which is pretty solid. But at the same
That's
time,
a long time.
Yeah, at the same time, when we're getting 30 minutes in, normally only 2 of us are done with our "What are you watching? What are you playing?" thing. So what we want to try to do is focus on the things that you guys want to hear about first, which
isn't us.
Which is probably not what we're playing. Games that are like a year old. But instead focus on what is going on. So news, and then we'll move into what matters to us.
Talk about The Office.
Yeah,
2010.
Hard-hitting news.
2000. Office started like 2006.
Well, the 2010 is like where I am in it, like the year that I'm in it.
But our goal is to hopefully hold on to you guys a little bit longer by focusing on things that are happening week to week instead of, the things that we care about week to week.
Right, yeah.
So anyway, without any further ado, we're going to start with news.
Oh, we're going to do news first?
Thank you, Lauren.
I didn't know that's what you wanted.
You're better at it than I am, but it's just us doing the noises.
It's still like a soundboard, but we just record ourselves doing it ahead of time.
It's a little telegraph.
Naturally, as the professional people that we are, I lost my news minutes before we started recording. But
I've been gone for the past 2 weeks, so I don't know anything.
Yeah, I quickly gathered as much as I could. I had the news that
I want to talk about.
And tried to remember. So, okay, if you have news, we might go do like a back and forth thing here. I'll start with a very small piece of news, which is that Fortnite, we always give Fortnite updates on here because literally every week they introduce something new.
Which is great for being able to put Fortnite in our tags.
But,
do we do that?
I do it.
Oh, okay.
Fortnite has added back into its game the targeting missile. Forget what it's called.
Oh, the homing missile's back?
The homing missile is back.
Oh, everyone loves those.
And everyone hates those at the same time. And then they also, something that they've never had in this game before is that they've made a sniper rifle that's like a heavy sniper rifle that's
is it a one-shot
worse than the other sniper rifles. It's harder to fire. Like it takes like a couple seconds for reload. So you're one shot here. But my hard-hitting news associates, which are my youth, have told me that it does 115 damage on a body shot and over 200 damage on a headshot, which is, if you don't have shields, that's a kill on a body shot.
Yeah, it's an instant kill.
And an instant kill if it's a headshot. And then also...
It does a lot to, structures, right?
one shot with it takes down a metal building, which is
Okay.
insane because metal is normally, like, if you put that up, you're safe.
Yeah.
At least for a little while. Whereas now, this is specifically used to just...
It's like a siege weapon almost.
Yeah, exactly. Or, if you have a jump on somebody really far away...
Yeah, or an aimbot.
Yeah, or an
You get a
aimbot.
free kill.
Yeah.
Essentially, this will probably make people mad if...
When was the last
People use
time
aimbot
any of
too.
us has played Fortnite?
2 days ago.
2 days ago?
I still play
4
it
days ago.
regularly,
Oh,
like,
jeez.
consistently.
Last time I played was with you guys.
Yeah. That shows you that we like to play. I'm still not very good at the game.
I'm terrible. But last time I played, I won a game. Not singles, but me, Jeremy, Austin, and some rando won a game.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah.
I've gotten second in singles like 10 times.
Yeah.
And it never stops being hurtful.
Yeah, they've added, and then they added a strictly sniper rifles mode again.
Oh, it's bad.
And so
I'm so bad at that.
they have like the 3 or 4 different kinds of sniper rifles in the game. And
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
use those.
and
I'll
randomly
try.
explosives are in that mode too.
Yeah, which is
Are there?
arguably
Yeah,
easier to kill
Like
people with.
grenade launchers?
I don't know about
Or just
launch
grenades?
but like grenades, clingers.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like this is my close-up thing I need to use to kill you.
Right.
But I also have to be far away.
I just think it's kind of silly.
Frink.
Yeah.
The clinger.
The plunger bomb.
I love it so much. So yeah, that's the bit of Fortnite news we have. What was one of your pieces
Thanks,
of
clickbait.
news?
The thing I was talking about before with Monster Hunter World just came out.
Yes,
on
on
PC.
PC.
On PC,
Yeah.
yeah. On PC. And because of that, it also got released in China on PC for a short amount of time. And the issue was China banned Monster Hunter in China.
Yes. That's the
China
only place they have the authority to ban it.
They banned it
That
everywhere.
would be crazy. China banned Monster Hunter
They banned it
in
everywhere.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
They banned it everywhere, but no
on.
one listened. China banned Monster Hunter, and no one really knew why for a few days, because there's a bunch of weird things with Chinese censorship. Some of it has to do with, like, skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like skeletons in their games and their media. They don't like gays. So if you have a gay skeleton in your game, you're kind of screwed.
How are you saying that word?
Skeletons?
Skellington?
Skeleton.
Like Jack Skellington?
Yes.
They're skeletons.
Yes.
There's no ing in the word skeleton.
Skeleton.
Unless
Shut
you're
up.
like being a skeleton, then you're skeletoning. But that's it.
Skeletons.
Okay.
Okay, so
know,
there's no Jack Skellingtons in China.
No.
They hate it.
No Nightmare Before
Skeletons
Christmas.
are fine.
Yeah, but Skellingtons? No. Okay.
Fine. There's no skeletons.
No, you're
Skeleton!
It's pronounced Westleton. Anyway,
No skeletons. No gays. They don't like that in their media.
I want to cut that part out. Anyway, go ahead.
That's what China doesn't like.
Yeah, they don't like
No,
skeletons.
I'm saying I want to
And
cut
they
your
don't like-
audio out and use that. No Yeah. Anyway.
And there was a bunch of different things of just like ritualistic stuff in the game that people were like, maybe the Chinese don't like that.
Yeah, maybe they don't like all the monstings that you hunt.
That's you. That's what you sound like.
you sound like.
Stop holding over how I want to say skeleton.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
It gets a rise to the people and I love it.
Because it's wrong.
Yeah, I know, it's great.
Okay, Warren, continue.
But what actually comes out to it is that China does not like that the servers for Monster Hunter are in Japan.
Not specifically Japan.
Not well, anywhere.
Yeah, just
There-
not
also-
in China.
But there was
To be
also
fair, they don't like Japan.
well, there's a part of that too. So China wants all games that are massive multiplayer that have servers. They want them to be located in China.
They want the servers to be located in Japan.
Yeah.
so they can
Okay.
regulate them.
So they can regulate it, they can look at it so there was no funny business going on. Because to Chinese government, the way they put it is, if we can't control these servers, someone could use the Monster Hunter servers to plot retaliations and anarchy. And so
That would be insane.
so they don't want people using Monster Hunter chat rooms to plan the demise
Are
of
there
China.
chat rooms in Monster Hunter?
Yeah,
you can talk.
You can talk to people in Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
You can use voice chat or you can type chat.
What China needs to do then is to just get a bunch of government officials
To play
Monster Hunter
and just
be
monitor it.
standing around.
They're like,
The best thing ever.
they're just in like all black armor and just kind of standing there with glasses. Okay.
Anyone saying anything?
Anybody want to go on a quest? Anyone want to
I don't know. Start a rebellion?
start a rebellion in China?
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
God!
Got you. What is your username? We're coming to your house.
You're banned.
Anyway.
So, China banned Monster Hunter. And a lot of people, the other thing people were concerned about was like, oh, maybe the Chinese just don't like Japanese games in their country.
Yeah.
They don't want that to like have some weird effect on the culture and like, oh, maybe the Japanese aren't so bad. And then China's like, ah, crap, people like Japanese now.
Yeah.
But Tencent, which is one of the biggest media companies in the world now. What?
Yeah, 10 cents.
Go on.
Tencent.
Dimes.
Yes. They own like 40% of Capcom. They own like 45% of Activision. They own...
You mean Activision?
Activision.
Activision?
Acting Vision?
Cool. So, Tencent's losing money, and that's a major Japanese company. And Capcom's losing millions of dollars right now, or potentially millions of dollars, because they didn't get any of their Chinese audience. And, you know, there's like, 1.6 billion people in China? And Chinese people like video games.
Is there really that many people in China?
Yeah, there's an insane amount of people.
There's only like 7 billion people in the world.
Yeah.
And 1.6 of them in China?
Yeah. Another 1 billion is in India.
I thought India had the largest population.
I thought China did.
Oh.
I think it's China. You can look it up.
Right.
Both places,
India's up there.
What do you guys want to give me when you're wrong?
Big ol' kiss.
I hope I'm wrong.
But Tencent is losing a crap ton of money, but Capcom was like, oh, that sucks. Everyone gets a full refund, plus here's $5 for another Capcom game.
Wow. China has 1.3 billion people.
Okay.
India has 1.2 billion people.
So you're wrong,
By
idiot.
By
0.1, which is still 100.
Right, it's like, yeah.
Which still, no, it's still...
It's still a lot of people.
Yeah.
There are under 100 million people difference.
So
Which is,
10 million.
Yeah.
They're off by 10
and
million
then
people.
we're third with 329 million.
Wow. That's not even close.
No,
We're third.
We're third, apparently.
That's weird. I feel like...
As of July 1st, 2018.
I feel like there would be like... I would think like Brazil. I'm thinking
Brazil's
like
tiny, though.
Brazil's pretty big. I mean, yeah, it's the biggest South American country. And usually third world country... Well, I guess Brazil's not third world.
No.
Fourth is Indonesia.
Wow.
Fifth is Brazil.
Okay.
And the Indonesian one surprises me.
Well, like, the typical thing is like, the worse off your country is, the more people you end up having. And then where China is like, it was not a third world country, but it was on the lower end of the Industrial Revolution. And so they had a lot of kids, and then the Industrial Revolution happened, but they didn't stop having kids. And so now people are living longer, and people are still getting, like, born at a massive rate. So they're at a weird middle area where there's way too many people.
Yeah. But
There's your economy lesson for the day.
Pumping out kids has to do with economy?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You need people. That's your capital.
That's fair.
Idiot. Go on. What's your...
Frankfurt's our capital.
Anyway.
I think I'm done with my thing. Monster Hunter got banned in China.
Yeah, and it
sucks.
got released finally on PC. You know,
Oh, yeah, it also
PC
got-
Master Race, but you know they got it like what, 8 months later.
Yeah, we beta tested it.
Right. Not really. Because they still have the exact same launch problems that it had on console.
Did it really?
Yeah, it keeps having like communications error because this is their first time putting it on PC.
Oh, you're right. It's the first time Monster Hunter has been on PC.
So they didn't start working on it on PC until after it launched because they're like, we want time to dedicate specifically to this because we haven't done it before, and it still has the communication errors.
Oh, well, dang.
That means that it will be good eventually.
Everyone that I know who's playing it, everyone I know who's playing it right now loves like how smooth it is because it's going at 60 FPS and it's beautiful.
Right.
My next bit of news is a update for our drama that has been happening between Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo and how
the crossplay.
Microsoft and Nintendo want to be buddies, and PlayStation is like, nope, I already have enough friends on our own network. We don't need you.
Yeah.
So Bethesda
I heard about this.
has decided to get involved, and
I actually don't know this.
They have decided that with some of their future games, not all of them, because they still want to make money,
Right.
but with some of their future games, they are going to try to force PlayStation's hand. And they said if people, and they didn't say specifically Sony, but they said if any company does not join up with the idea of crossplay for this game, we won't support them.
Is it the Fallout?
I don't know if 76 is going to be.
It wouldn't be 76 because they've already confirmed it for PlayStation, so they couldn't be like, just kidding, we're taking it away now. They probably already have a deal.
They probably have a contract written.
Yeah, and they're probably already mass producing that game and everything.
Yeah.
But with future games, like I think they said the with updates with Elder Scrolls Online or with like certain more new multiplayer games.
The next round of games that involve crossplay.
That they want to have crossplay in.
So if Skyrim or Elder Scrolls, whatever the card game is, came to the consoles or whatever.
Those games won't be on PlayStation, which I feel like is the easiest way to get Sony involved in this.
Well, yeah, because you're losing a major developer.
Right, because before it's I still got the game and I don't benefit anything from being able to crossplay, but now it's I'm not going to get the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're essentially, Sony makes the decision in this case to have, or let Nintendo and Xbox have a game that they won't have.
Basically free sales.
And
because that means a third of all sales are going to be up for grabs.
Mm-hmm.
You're right, and it's lowering incentives to buy this console.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you still have your exclusives, but when it comes multiplayer games, most people get the thing their friends have.
Right.
And it's if you can no longer buy this game because it's not going to be on this system anymore, because it's not going to crossplay, then there's no reason to buy this if your friends have the other one.
Yeah.
Because then you get into this, because then you start dividing the line even further between, it used to be kind of you had your PlayStation and your Xbox people, and then you had the weirdos Nintendo that kind of, either you were solely a Nintendo person or you were a Nintendo person and you had the other system.
Right.
That was usually how it worked. But now you're into this point to where you're dividing the line straight down the middle between you're a Sony person or you're a Nintendo / Microsoft person.
Right.
Because these two people are basically interchangeable now, but Sony is standing on their side of the line by themselves. And we're great over here with our cool things, or you can be with everyone else.
Right. And I feel this crossplay, for consumers, it's the best thing that can happen, because now for online games, it doesn't matter what you have, so the consoles, their exclusives, will be the thing that speaks for them.
Right.
So they will try harder to make better exclusive games, which is only good for the consumer.
Yeah. Something I do like about this quite a bit is that I think that this will make Sony listen. I really hope that this...
Yeah, because it's Bethesda.
Yeah. You can't...
Well,
you don't want to lose them.
Yeah, they're big enough to have an unwarranted conference at E3.
They're a step away from being it's a step away from Call of Duty being we're crossplay or nothing. It's one step under that.
Think about all the games that literally just got announced from them. Doom Eternal is about which is the next Doom game,
which is even coming out on Switch.
Yeah.
So
Rage 2 is gonna come out. You have Elder Scrolls literally being made.
The new Elder Scrolls, and then whatever the space game is that's gonna come out in
Dude, I'm actually super excited about that.
All of those are at risk of Sony losing those as things on their console, which only benefits Microsoft and Nintendo, because they're getting almost free exclusives.
Yeah.
To add to their list.
Okay, this goes back to my thing of the way that the games industry works is the philosophy to be a successful game company is don't do good, just don't suck.
Right.
Yeah. Don't make a bad decision.
Stand still, and everyone around you will screw up for you, and you benefit. Microsoft and Nintendo aren't doing anything in this situation. They're not They're not doing anything to make themselves better. They're just standing still and waiting for Sony to screw up, and then Nintendo and Microsoft get more money because he messed up.
You're talking about the way I used to play Super Smash Bros. Melee whenever people played stock. There'd be 4 players on the screen, and I would try to stay as far away from everyone as possible. Like, let them kill each other.
You just wait, and then you wait for the weak person to be left, and like, oh, hey, smash.
It's like, wait, that guy still has 4 lives.
But yeah, that was that's. We don't know how Sony's gonna respond to this, but I can only assume that they would.
Right, and the thing is, like, this is such a bold move, but I feel like other people will follow in this move as well. They're like, oh, this guy is doing it.
I don't think.
Because third-party developers, it's only a positive for third-party developers at this point.
Right.
If there's crossplay.
They would have to be big enough to be able to survive that kind of a statement. Because Bethesda's big enough, like they're not.
I meant like big guys like that too.
Yeah, well, Bethesda.
Like EA could do that.
Bethesda could survive by taking their games off all consoles and just being on PC.
That's true.
They could survive. They wouldn't be as big.
Yeah,
but
a lot
they
of
could
people
survive.
get fired.
Right.
Yeah. But they could survive because there's enough people that play. Heck, if they got rid of all the games and just had Skyrim, they'd still be like in a top 10 like developer.
Yeah.
Because Skyrim's on literally every single thing that can support it.
Would it? I wonder what the most like heaviest sold game across all consoles is, and like you're combining like sales of it on PlayStation,
like
Nintendo,
not
and
brand,
Xbox.
but like one specific game.
Yeah. So like
what is the game that has sold the most copies?
I would I feel like Skyrim's got to be up there at least.
Skyrim has to be up there. I'm gonna go out on a limb and be like Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Okay.
Wii Sports.
No, across all consoles.
Still Wii Sports.
Well, like, so you're combining sales of like Skyrim on Nintendo combined with Skyrim on Xbox
PS3.
combined with like I didn't even think about that.
That's even multiple generations.
Past consoles too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, here we go. The best-selling, most-selling.
Are you gonna say
game-
Tetris?
It's Tetris.
Yeah.
Tetris is the most-selling game of all time.
What?
Second, Minecraft.
Okay.
Third, GTA 5.
Makes sense.
Really?
Fourth, Wii Sports.
Across all consoles,
Still 82 million copies.
That's almost not fair because that game came out with every Wii.
Right.
No one had to buy Wii Sports.
It was only. I'm pretty sure it wasn't bundled in Japan though. I'm pretty sure it was only bundled in America.
Oh, weird.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Is
I knew
Skyrim not even on that list?
I knew it was Tetris, but
That's weird to me.
I wonder if it separates Skyrim and Skyrim Ultimate.
But the first
Skyrim
two,
whatever.
The first two are almost unfair to compare to anything because it's Tetris and Minecraft, 2 games that can be played on toasters.
Right,
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Well, that's the beauty of that. I bet you. How old is that list?
I mean, it's Wikipedia.
I wonder how soon that was updated because Fortnite's got to be climbing that list.
PUBG is 5th.
Fortnite had to have surpassed PUBG by now.
Maybe.
Had to have.
I wonder
Fortnite's
if Fortnite
on more consoles.
if Fortnite counts because it doesn't cost anything.
That might be true.
Wii Sports didn't cost me anything.
Well,
It's still a physical copy.
Yeah,
okay,
you still bought
what we
the game.
need is like
You can still go buy Wii Sports.
most downloaded. I don't know. Either way, that's the thing for this week. Update on the PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo. What's a cool word for fight?
Competition.
Brawl.
Brawl. Yeah.
Melee.
Let's go.
Melee.
Ultimate. Wait.
That doesn't work.
For Wii U.
64.
For Wii. Yeah. Bethesda has decided to join in. Another piece of news. Gone Home. I was going to attach this to your thing about, you said something about homosexuals earlier. It's a game that has homosexuals in it.
Wait, Gone Home.
The walking simulator?
It's a
Gone
walking
Home is
simulator.
the one where the girl comes home from
college
and
I think.
the house is empty?
Yes.
Okay.
And you go around the house,
like
you
that
find
game.
the story
Yeah,
and
I love
everything. I when I played that game, I didn't realize that it wasn't like a horror game. I thought it was a horror game.
Oh.
You kept waiting for it to get scary?
Yeah, and I was I kid you not, about a third of the way through that game, I was like, this is the scariest game I've ever played. Because
the anticipation
was just absolutely insane.
You're like, I know this is going to get scary.
like, this is terrible.
Wow, their patience is so immense.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah. No, exactly. But then I finally, like, halfway through the game, I was like, there's been nothing in this game so far. And so I finally looked it up, and it's like, oh yeah,
when
there's
does
nothing.
this game get scary? It doesn't.
But it's a pretty good story. I like the story quite a bit, and
That's good, because otherwise it would just be awful.
oh yeah, I mean it's
Because that's all there is.
I think
I just like the idea. Sorry, I just like the idea of like your Steam review. It's like I had to quit after 10 minutes. This game started to freak me out. I could not wait for the scare. I just had to quit here. 5 out of 5 stars.
there's so many dark rooms and like noises around the house.
Yeah, it's an
like,
abandoned house.
Well, if you look it up, people will talk about like how at first you do have a little bit of that fear of like. You know that fear that you get whenever there's a storm outside and you're the only person at home?
Yeah.
And you think you hear things around the house, but really you don't. That was the kind of fear in the game, and I don't know. And they did that well.
Unintentionally.
So if you like walking simulators, it got announced for Switch, and it should be released very soon.
What does that have to do? Is the girl, like, gay? What does this have to do with
You spoiled
your
your
segue?
You just spoiled
No,
the
it's,
ending.
no, it's not the ending.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Okay.
You find that out way before that.
Okay.
Yeah, you are the older sister to a daughter who is gay, whose father gets. This would be a spoiler. There's things that happen to him. You find out why he like is really anti-homosexuals.
I'm gonna need
and, like,
a graph. I need you to
oh yeah,
do a
the
diagram.
whole family's like huge, and you every time you enter into their room, you like hear the person talking, and like you find these manuscripts that help piece together the story and help you unlock the other rooms. It's a pretty neat game.
My favorite thing about that game is if you find the secret.
Sorry,
What?
go ahead.
My favorite thing about that game is if you find like, if you just stumble upon like the secret entrance or like the key that you needed to something. The game's like, no, you can't do that yet. It's like, oh hey, key, open it. Oh, the game's over. You found the thing.
You can finish the game in like 10 seconds, 12 seconds.
if you just know where the stuff is.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Or if you just find it like I did.
And if you wait in a room for like 5 minutes without moving, like Slasher Killer comes out.
It is.
Oh, that'd be the best DLC ever if just like secretly adding in a whole new
man.
thing. It's like, yeah, now it's a murder mystery.
Like on Halloween, they do an update and don't tell anyone what it is.
Oh, that would. Don't. I don't want to play that. That would be terrifying.
Man.
A scary game is one thing, but a normal game that becomes scary randomly is even better.
Yeah, like when you've been playing it for like 5 days.
Yeah, like at Sonic Adventure 2 Battle when you land at Pumpkin Hill.
Oh snap, dude! And that music starts and the ghost like jumps out of nowhere.
Yeah. Anyway, Warren, you made me laugh now that I think about it because you were like, you just spoiled the ending when I said that she was gay. That's not like you don't get to the final room and on a wall it's like I'm gay. like that's a central plot piece.
Well, the whole thing is trying to figure out
Like that's the twist in the end. Like, I knew it.
Well, the whole thing was trying to figure out what happened to her.
Yeah.
And that's a major plot.
Don't. You won't say what happened.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it. You did.
I haven't played.
But like that, if you read the scripts and everything, like you find that out pretty early. I promise.
Maybe it's because I skipped 90% of the game because I just found the thing I needed to find.
You find that out because you like the first rooms that you go to are the mother and father's rooms. And they start talking about.
I never did that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like how their daughters act.
That's why it's a spoiler to me.
Yeah.
You thought it was a big deal when you found out, but really it's just
Oh my
the
gosh!
plot.
She's gay. No. Yeah. Anyway.
Because from her point of view, she never talks about
The
it.
Jedi are evil.
They are.
So Gone Home gets announced for Switch. I have a couple other things. September is going to be like the month of big games, and they all come out a week from each other. It's really weird how that's working.
Great.
September 7th.
My wallet.
Yeah, no, exactly. So get ready, guys. September 7th is Spider-Man.
Dude, I want it.
Spider-Man's finally getting dropped. They've been dropping trailers like crazy.
Yeah, it's like, calm down. Like,
And
They want you to know that it's coming out.
and it all looks so
Who's
good.
the voice actor?
it's Yuri
for,
Lowenthal.
for Spider-Man?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Okay.
It looks like it'll be a really...
Which is really funny
game.
because it's made by the same people who made Sunset Overdrive, and Yuri Lowenthal voiced the main character of Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah,
Weird.
It's true. And that game was fun. I doubt that they'll play similar.
No.
But, I really hope, because I have seen a couple of demos and stuff, I really hope that they don't make a lot of it the, like, push button.
The QuickTime events.
Events.
It'll just be like during cutscenes, which they always put that in Spider-Man games. And it's like, stop. No one likes QuickTime events. No one's like, oh, this feels like I'm playing the game. X.
No one's like QuickTime events
X.
since
God of War.
God of War,
right?
the first God of War, which is the first time they had QuickTime
Yeah.
events. But
My-
those you had a mash.
My favorite QuickTime events, and by favorite I mean the opposite of favorite,
Yeah.
are Resident Evil 4 QuickTime events.
No, those are the best. Shut up.
Because those will happen.
Shut
like,
up. Those are the best.
4
You're
minutes
wrong.
into a cutscene.
You're wrong.
And you're like, oh, the controller.
You're so wrong because this is my favorite things ever. I'm just like watching the thing and being super
hate
like
that.
entranced, and then just like the guy takes a knife and throws it at you like. I love that so much.
I don't like those because then you're forced to watch the thing happen again.
Right,
if you
again,
fail.
death,
you can't
yeah.
skip it. And if it happens like a long time into the cutscene, and it's like, oh, we punished you for paying too much attention to the cutscene.
Yeah.
Those don't. It's not that far afterwards. They have like a specific moment.
Right, I mean,
Where it's like-
you know when it's going to happen, but if you're
But
not
no,
aware,
but
that,
I'm
like,
saying if you die there and then they restart the thing, they don't start you back that far. They start you like halfway through the cutscene.
normally they start you, at least in 4, I'm pretty sure they start you at the beginning of the cutscene.
Maybe I'm thinking 5.
5s are funny because Resident Evil 5 was multiplayer.
Okay.
And there are some times where if you didn't do your QuickTime event, the other person died. So, like, I remember playing...
I never knew who was supposed to do what. Who was supposed to
Right.
do QuickTime events sometimes.
I remember playing with
Because
someone...
we would both press at the same
Yeah.
time because we didn't know.
I played with a friend online, and we were doing like the QuickTime events, and he didn't push the thing, and it caused my character like fall off a motorcycle and like get decapitated or something.
Oh, jeez.
It's like early in the game, and then I just get a text from him that just says sorry.
That's awesome.
Is that the one where you get chain? Like they whip your legs with a chain?
Yeah,
and you're getting
yeah.
drugged? Yeah.
Mhm. It's like towards the very beginning.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of those, but I doubt that Sony would do something like that with Spider-Man.
They're not the ones making it. I already know that there's going to be QuickTime events because I've seen them in trailers already. Like
yeah.
in the gameplay
I just hope
trailer.
that that's not the only part to the game. That's
Though Spider-Man games does have the best QuickTime event failure of all time.
Which is what?
Yeah.
In Spider-Man
I've seen
3,
that.
when you mess up and you just face plant, and then the girl goes, "I'm going to die." Then the building explodes. It's so silly. That's like the very beginning of that game too. That's like the first thing you do.
Yeah. Anyway, so September 7th, which is like in 2 weeks or
Yeah,
3
it's
weeks
very
or something. I
soon.
don't know. So
Today is the 15th? 16th.
Spider-Man's coming out then. Then September 14th,
A week later.
a week later,
7 days.
the third of the Tomb Raider games is coming out,
Oh, I didn't realize it was coming out so
which
soon.
I'm really excited for.
I thought that came out in November. Cool.
Yeah, it's coming out really soon. I
I have
feel
to
like
play
they
all
haven't.
the other Tomb Raiders real quick.
I really want you to. I like you especially. I think would really like them.
I played like half of the first one.
Mm-hmm. The second one is one of my all-time favorite games. I really like the game a lot. And then September 21st, Spyro Remastered.
Wait, that comes out in September?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
The 21st of September, Spyro Remastered is coming out. And then for those of you
28th.
that actually care, like me, which I probably won't get it because I just bought the other version of it, but FIFA 19 comes out a week later after that. It's literally four
Major games.
major games coming out a week after each other. Oh, man. Yeah.
So out of that, I'm not saying Spyro is the odd man out, but he's definitely not like... He's definitely not in the AAA category of those other three
I don't know.
games.
I feel like
He's
I don't know,
definitely
I
the
could
only
be
one
wrong.
that won't cost $60, so that's a
That's also
plus.
true.
Yeah. Out of those four games, which one would you be most likely to buy, Josh and Warren?
But it's between Spider-Man and Spyro.
Really?
Literally Spyro. I think Spyro's the only one.
Spyro? It's funny that you
I'll
just
probably-
said, like...
I never.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't say anything that was wrong.
Yeah.
There was anything wrong with
Right,
Spyro.
it's definitely an odd man out because they're all AAA games and then Spyro.
which is a remaster of an old game, which is great.
I'll definitely get Spyro at some point because Erin will make me.
Because
she loves Spyro as a kid.
Here's the thing about Spider-Man is I'm going to guess 90% of the best stuff in Spider-Man is going to be stuff I'm going to see.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it plays really well, I'll get it after that.
Gotcha.
Right, because
But if it's just a quick time event kind of game, which I don't know if it is or not yet, I can wait on that. I know Spyro's going to be good. Because I played it. Because I played crappy Spyro when it was on the PS1, and it was great. So if it's just better that, then I know it's good.
Also, it was less fun, Croc.
Yeah, that's what it was. Also, if Spider-Man doesn't have multiplayer, which I don't know why it would have multiplayer, it's probably going to be beaten in return really fast.
That's another thing.
Which means the price will probably drop really fast.
That's the same thing.
I was going to say, Spider-Man feels like, to me, a fun weekend game where I rent it or something like that.
And just play through it all in one sitting.
Just because I'm coming off of the high of playing the other two, like, really, really quickly, I would be most likely to get the third Tomb Raider game.
See, I guess it's just because of single-player games in general.
Yeah.
Those games always feel like I can put that on the back burner. All single-player games, like Tomb Raider, Spider-Man, all those games, because when a multiplayer game comes out, which none of them are that.
I didn't even think about that. You saying that all four of those games are
single player.
Actually,
FIFA
is a multiplayer game.
Yeah, but all four of those games,
not the way I play it.
All four of those games are games you can kind of like wait and play later. But when it comes to like a multiplayer game, like your Destinies, your Call of Duties, your Overwatch, those games, you kind of want to be on the ground floor when they come out.
Yes.
So you can experience all for the first time with everyone else. Because nothing's worse than playing a multiplayer game like a year or two into its life. And then there's so many different things they added to it that makes it so hard to catch up with. Everyone in the game already knows everything, so when you go in, you're like, oh yeah, don't stand... That's the kill spot. If you stand there, we shoot you immediately.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that was a thing. Well, play the game.
Oh yeah.
Whereas single-player games, like, there's still single-player games like Crash Bandicoot that I would go back and play now.
Right.
That came out, I don't know how many years ago. I don't want to make myself sound really old, but it was a while ago.
Yeah, dude.
Crash Bandicoot came out before 2000.
Yes.
Yes, you were right. Like, it was like 1998.
Yeah. It's like my frame of reference for like trying to figure out when games came out is I know that Donkey Kong Country came out the year I was born. So that's my frame of reference. Donkey Kong Country, 1994.
That's fair.
Or is it 93? Frick! My one frame of reference is immediately
It's 94.
That's really funny that you said that you're so confident that that's your frame of reference. And
yeah,
then you
okay, I was right, 94.
Yeah, you 94, ended it with, or is it 93?
Halo came out in 2001.
Did it really?
So many games came out in 2001.
2001 was a great year for games.
That's when Final Fantasy X came out. That's when Sonic Adventure 2 came out. Pretty sure that's when Melee came out.
Yeah, you're right. 2001 was a good year.
Sunshine also came out in 2001.
Something else about those four games. I feel confident saying I'm like 90% sure that all four of these games will be good games. Like at least 8.5s on IGN, maybe higher.
Out of all,
I don't see any of those games getting.
I mean,
scores.
FIFA's FIFA.
FIFA always gets like a 8.5 to 10.
Spyro's gonna get nostalgia points. Plus, it's just gonna be a good game.
The only game that I would say has a chance of minor flop, like maybe a 7, is Spider-Man.
Right.
But I don't foresee that happening. I say that it'd probably get like an 8.5
right.
or 9.
People have played it and said that feels good.
Good. So those, I think all four games are going to be good.
The only thing that matters with the Spider-Man game is, does the swinging feel good?
Right, that's the most important thing.
That's the only thing. That's the only part of the game that matters. If it feels good to swing, then it's a good game. If it's auto moving, like it's just like he's doing it by himself, lame. If
I just want
it doesn't catch,
a bigger world.
I mean, it's just New York City.
Yeah, you can't get bigger than New York.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I want them to have free. Like I don't want it to be very linear. I want to be able to go around and like randomly hear like, oh, I'm in trouble, Spider-Man, come over and talk to me.
My balloon.
And you gotta come and like
my
help that person.
Thing like that is in the Amazing Spider-Man game that came out in like 14, 20, whatever. It was based off the movie. You would be like swinging around, and there would randomly be like a lady who would go, "Spider-Man, you crazy!" It was my favorite thing ever. I laughed so hard.
I still love Spider-Man. I just love Spider-Man 2's like trying to do anything, and then the kid's like, "My balloon."
Yeah, and
go with my balloon.
My favorite thing to do would be to take the balloon and just leave. You didn't have to bring it back.
What happens to the balloon?
It just stays with you for a while. It pops eventually, but you can grab it and leave.
I've never thought to do that.
If you bring it back, do you get anything extra?
You get, I don't know, like points or
you
something.
Get points or money or something like
experience
that.
Or
whatever the like monetary value in that game was.
Yeah. Because they were just like side events. It was like the beginning of like open worlds trying to feel like organic. So there'd be random, I think it was called like petty crimes.
Yeah. Same thing for like, there'd be a... someone with road rage, and so you'd see him like a little marker would come up, and you'd see him like run into a car and just keep driving, and you had to jump on top of the car and beat the hood.
Oh, okay.
Like he'd beat the hood until it like broke open, and then you'd be like, "Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done." And like, "Don't drive angry, pal," and he just swings away. Yeah. He doesn't do anything to the guy. He just like beats up his car to the point where he can't drive anymore. He's like, "Stop doing that," and leaves. I love Spider-Man 2.
And another thing would be like someone would like steal a purse and you had to go like beat him up and then bring the purse back.
Yeah. Man, I like Spider-Man 2. Why can't we just play that instead?
Yeah, dude. Let's just crack open a GameCube.
I have it.
You know,
I don't think I have a cold one with the boys.
I don't think I have a GameCube, but I have Spider-Man 2.
The best thing. Oh, I don't know. The best thing.
We have a Wii, don't we?
A nice thing about those games was Spider-Man was like actually voiced by Tobey Maguire in those games. Like it wasn't a voice double. It was just actually Tobey Maguire.
And Tobey Maguire didn't have a lot to do. He was Spider-Man, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then he was in one movie where it was black and white, and he was in Pleasantville.
He was in Great Gatsby.
Yeah, like 8 years later.
Oh, that's fair. I'm Spider-Man. Anyway.
I forgot he was in Great Gatsby.
Yeah. He plays Nick
Calloway.
Yeah, Buchanan, wait.
Which is funny because, like...
Nick Buchanan. No, Buchanan was
his sister's husband or whatever.
No, Nick Cannon was married to Mariah
Buchanan.
Carey.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. They broke up.
Oh. Well.
Hard-hitting news on
dude.
It happened like a year ago.
I didn't know they got together, so that was hard-hitting news to me.
Yeah,
sorry.
This is an emotional roller coaster. I just found out they were together and broke up at the same time.
Anyway.
Next news.
The next bit of news is like 7 releases that came out while we were gone that I wanted to bring up. I don't have anything else after that. Are you guys good with that, or does anybody else have news?
I might have one more thing.
Literal minutes before we started this, Diablo got announced for the Nintendo Switch.
Diablo 1 or...
Yes, no, Diablo 3.
Yeah, okay.
And I want it. I was thinking like months ago that like this was before like Fortnite got announced for Switch. I was like, I feel like Fortnite and Diablo would be like the perfect games for Switch. And I guess the people who make them also thought that because
I think everyone figured out that the Switch just prints money.
Right.
It's pretty cheap. You can put almost any game on it. Mm-hmm. And if someone already owns that game, they want it again, but mobile.
Right, and this is a game that's like...
Remember this? I remember. It's literally that.
Now you can take it anywhere. But like Diablo is like multiplayer based, and I feel like it's a great thing. Just like bring it over, and you got Diablo on your console right here in front of you with everyone.
Yeah,
and it's better than having everyone on the screen because I don't
because you get stuck, and if someone goes this way, you can't go back.
Yeah, I don't like multiplayer. Well, I'm not a huge fan of like top-down games in general, but I hate multiplayer like that where you can't do anything.
Right.
Unless it's like more of a beat 'em up to where like it's linear and you go here, but like
where it has the big neon sign and go like go.
Yeah.
Go.
Stupid. I forgot one other piece of news. Anyway.
Wow, idiot.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It actually connects us into our releases, but Stardew Valley got a huge update with multiplayer. So multiplayer is finally out there, and I'm really, really excited about it. Like
I've never played Stardew Valley. I was literally waiting for the multiplayer to come out for it.
Yeah. Real fast explanation as to how it has multiplayer for those of you that might have played Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley was just it's
It's a farming simulator.
It's a farming simulator with a lot more to it. Like you have relationship building, you have mines that you can go and fight monsters in, like all these different
You
things.
have a dungeon crawl.
You can go fishing all day. Like there's a lot you can do.
Not only have I never played Stardew Valley, I don't think I've ever actually seen gameplay of Stardew Valley.
That's a lot of
Really?
fun.
You would really like it.
My wife would recommend it.
I think I would watch like 10 minutes of a Let's Play of it, and that's it.
Gotcha.
Which that's not a game you can watch a Let's Play of, like just a normal, because
and it would have to be special.
Because like
Like the way I want it to be. Anyway.
Because by itself, it's not an interesting game to watch.
Yeah, I've tried to watch it before, but it just makes me want to play it.
It'd be like watching someone actually farm. It's
I
not.
was gonna say it's like having friends over and having them watch you play Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but to be fair, there's always something in that game that's gonna draw you into the next day. Like
Yes.
you'll spend one day going into town and talking with everybody and buying stuff that you need, whereas the next day you might spend just farming and fishing, and then you're like, okay, I'm bored of this, and then you're gonna go to the mines and fight monsters and try to collect ore. Well, now you have ore, so you're gonna go to the Gunther the next day and take it in there, and it's literally just a cycle that keeps you going.
It's like playing Civilization and being like, just one more turn.
Yeah.
You're playing Stardew Valley, and it's like, I'll just do one more day, and suddenly I've been playing for 24 hours straight.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But
it eats time.
The way they've added in the extra people is that one person will be like the main farmer, and then everyone else joins in as farm hands, and those people can interact with you. They can give you stuff.
But they're not the main character.
Kind of. They still can go into town. They have their own relationships with all of the different people, which can add extra shenanigans, like you're flirting with my girl type of thing, scenarios.
That's cool.
Everybody has different inventory, so some people might choose to upgrade their axe, whereas some other people might focus on like getting stuff to be able to fight monsters, or upgrading their fishing poles, or like stuff like that. And then everyone, and this is the part that gets me, and like I didn't like it, and then the more I thought about it, the more I do like it, is that everyone on the farm shares money.
Oh my gosh.
So we can work really hard and like make a bunch of parsnips and go kill a bunch of monsters and then sell all our loot at night, and then Warren could wake up the next day, quickly run into town and spend all of our money by himself.
I bought 10 gold axes.
Yes, you could do all of that kind of stuff.
Hate that.
I think
that sounds like something that'd be really fun as long as I'm on the receiving end of it.
Right. I feel like if you're playing with, like, and everyone's on the same page, like, okay, yeah, this is fine, but
I love that. I love it so much because it adds
drama.
It adds drama to
I just
the
know
game.
that Warren specifically
I would not do that.
would just blow all the money and then throw everything he just bought in the garbage.
Like,
I would not do that unless someone made me mad.
But I will find every reason to say they made me mad.
But yeah.
I would not confirm nor deny that I will do that when I play it.
That is something that got thrown out there, and because of those specific scenarios, you guys might get to look forward to possible Let's Plays that are kind of produced, but not really from us three in that game.
Like majorly.
Cool spoilers.
More majorly produced than not produced.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway.
What? Produced?
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Because produce?
And then there are 5 games that
produced
just came out that you guys could get literally as we speak, as you listen to these. A game that is popular with a lot of people you probably already saw on shelves is Madden 19, got released. Got an 80 on Metacritic, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, moving along.
I care a lot.
Okay, well, Josh cares. No, he doesn't. Walking Dead, the final season,
I was
episode
going to
1.
mention that, because it's getting reviews that say it's, like, the best since, like, season 1.
Really?
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Metacritic disagrees.
Oh.
It got a 63 as of right now.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I have not seen.
But to be fair, it's very early, so like those are just like initial reviews. As more reviews get poured in, it might get higher. People are saying, from what I saw on Game Informer and IGN, people are saying it kind of got off to a slow start, but they see potential.
Oh, I don't know where I saw this then, because I definitely saw things that said that it was great.
Well, I'll probably end up playing it eventually.
I still need to play Season 3.
Yeah, I've still not played Season 3. Anyway, there's a game called...
Wait, what? What are we talking about?
Telltale's The Walking Dead?
Oh,
Telltale's The Walking Dead.
Oh, you thought we were talking about Overkill?
No. I thought we were talking about, like, The Walking Dead, this season.
Oh, no, that doesn't come out till, like, October.
Okay, I was confused.
No, Telltale's The Walking Dead.
Because this is confirmed to be the final season, so this is, like, the end.
Cool.
Yeah. In fact, it's called Walking Dead, the final season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then a game called... Goodness gracious. Flipping Death just got released. It's
I have no idea what that is.
It's a cartoony game for Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. And the whole concept is that it's like a quirky town, but death took a vacation. And so nobody can die. I don't
think of Rick and Morty.
I don't really know, but what I do know is that it got
Family Guy.
82 on Metacritic, which is a solid score. So it might be worth checking out.
Yeah, it looks cool. It has it's very like early 2000s Cartoon Networks animation.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Like the fat bodies with their super like wobbly arms.
Yeah.
Then another game that's getting
like Tim Burton-y.
Wildly different reviews. Like this is a very meh score, but some people are giving it really high scores. Some people are getting it really low scores. Is We Happy Few finally got fully released?
Oh yeah.
It got a 73 on Metacritic as of right
I wonder.
That's pretty good.
I mean,
I wonder if We Happy Few is getting low scores because almost everyone has played it already.
it could be.
I thought there'd be more to this. They're like, no, you played the early access version. Now this is just the good version what you played.
Well, to be fair,
I don't know. I didn't play the early access. I haven't played this version.
People are either mad or happy about it. They completely changed it from the early access game. The early access made it seem like a survival game, and while it
you
does
had to keep eating, didn't you?
Well, yeah, and you had to
Find
go
drugs.
around and like search places and stuff. There's that in the game, but they made it heavily focused on story at the same time. And so there's 3 like characters that you play through, and they change the way you have to play the game and everything. And while they do have like all the early access stuff in the game, there's a lot less focus on that. And so people are like, what's the game that I played in early access? Why is it gone?
Right.
Whereas other people are like, I'm so glad that they changed it
because I hated
it was
that.
so bad. Yeah.
Why is the game gone? Because we finished it.
Yeah.
This is the problem with and this is where early access has problems. Is like we're giving you the early version of it so you can tell us what's bad about it so we can fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And then but then a lot of people will play the game and then play it in its like unfinished state.
I miss what we had before.
Yeah. And so they play it in the unfinished state, and then people like the game less when it comes out fully.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've already played this before. You just made it look prettier. Like, that's exactly what we did.
Yeah, you're right. You played the game that wasn't finished.
And we finished it.
Now it's done.
And then lastly, we have the game that I wanted to save for last because it got the highest score on Metacritic. It got a solid 92. It's called Dead Cells.
Oh, Dead Cells is awesome!
Yeah, it got released people have been playing it most on Switch, and that's the highest score that it got on Metacritic. The way I've heard it described is that it's a roguevania. So it's like a Metroidvania game, but
also a roguelike?
Yeah, also roguelike.
Also, I think...
Oh, that's pretty looking.
Dead Cells, the
cool.
guy in it's also in a game. He's in a beat-em-up. I'm going to find out what game he's in. I think he's in Brawlout.
I watched the first 10 minutes of the game just to try to get a feel for it, and it looks... I don't want to say repetitive, but it looks fun. It got me interested enough to want to play.
So I guess it's like Rogue Legacy then, because that's like a roguelike Metroidvania.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, that also the guy from Dead Cells got announced to be in the fighting game Brawlout, which is basically like Indie Smash Bros.
Huh, okay.
Like that game has Yooka-Laylee, it has Shovel Knight, I think.
It has the Guacamelee guy.
Guacamelee guy.
I think.
Also, Shovel Knight's in Rivals of Aether.
Okay.
which is the
wow. So now he's in the Smash Brothers clone, and he has a presence in Smash Brothers.
yeah. Shovel Knight's everywhere. Shovel Knight is in everything. He's in Ukulele.
They're really trying to
Oh,
shovel
Shovel
it
Knight's
down our
behind you.
throats.
Shovel Knight's in your windows. He's climbing in your walls.
I thought you were about to
No.
reference a 2010.
I
was
still never played
that's a
Shovel
tweet.
Knight, but I want to.
Oh, Shovel Knight's one of the best.
I need to as well.
It's the best game to come out of Kickstarter.
Really?
Yeah, I could say that with 100% confidence.
Other than that, I just have some movies that also got released while we were gone.
What you got?
Christopher Robin came out. It got a 63 on
The
Rotten
problem with that
Tomatoes.
movie is that a Winnie the Pooh movie can't be a blockbuster. Like it's just a nice feel good movie.
Yeah,
I liked it.
a lot of my kids said that they liked it. The Meg got 1 point higher than Christopher Robin
I don't
on
know what
Rotten
The Meg
Tomatoes.
But I bet it made
The
so
Meg-
much more money than Christopher Robin.
Oh, probably. The
It's-
Meg
it's
is
been
a
blowing the box office.
The Meg is a funny, scary movie.
Yeah, yes, blowing it up.
I don't know how to say that. It's a cheesy horror film.
It's
on
another
purpose.
shark movie.
Yeah, it's another shark
Oh,
movie.
what?
It's about a megalodon, which is just a giant shark.
Yeah.
Oh, the Megalodon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Jason Statham?
What? Let me see.
In The Meg? I don't think he's in there. Could
That's
be.
what it looks like.
Look up
Who's
The
in-
Meg cast. Then there's the movie that got released straight
Yeah,
to
it's
Netflix.
Jason Statham is the main character.
Oh, cool. I've not seen this movie.
And Ruby Rose.
Who's Ruby Rose?
Ruby Rose is the...
Like from Ruby, like the anime by Rooster
No.
Teeth?
No.
No, Ruby Rose is one of the main people from Orange is the New Black. And she's
okay.
also potentially going to be
No, she's officially Batwoman.
Batwoman.
Oh, cool. Huh.
Yeah, she's cool.
Then there's, you know how Netflix has been partnering with like major actors to push like just these movies, like straight to Netflix movies that will get put out. And like, so randomly you'll pull up Netflix and then instead of seeing your what are you watching things, okay, cool.
That's Ruby Rose.
Yeah.
She's that one.
Instead of seeing your like what you can continue watching, they show a big advertisement for this movie that just got dropped on Netflix, and you're like, oh, I know that actor. That actor's from this thing. And then they're just in there, and you're like, I haven't heard a thing about this. And so you're tempted to watch
Blight.
it.
Yeah.
One of those movies is called Like Father, which has, Kristen Bell is like the main actress in it. Then you have, who's the guy who likes to smoke weed?
Seth Green.
Seth
No, not Seth Green.
Seth
Rogen.
Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Also Jonah Hill.
Right.
Yeah, well, Seth Rogen is in there, Kristen Bell's in there, and then, like, her father that's in the film is, like, a famous actor, but I forget who he is. I don't know. I can
What's the
look it up.
movie?
It's called Like Father. So look up Like Father, IMDb cast. And then the highest one that got good ratings, but I don't know how to feel about it because I don't know anything about it. I just saw the title and I was like, huh. Is Black KKK Klansman.
Oh, yeah, that's Spike Lee.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is that Kylo Ren's in it.
Not Adam Driver, though. Just Kylo Ren.
Actual Kylo
Another
Ren.
actor playing Kylo Ren
No,
in this.
Kylo Ren as
Leader of
the
Clan Knights.
like Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
How Robert Downey Jr. is playing an
yeah,
actor.
Okay.
So it's Kylo Ren playing a character.
But anyway, yeah, that movie got released. It got an 85 on
Yeah, I like.
Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know
I
anything
might
about it, actually.
I might like it, but Spike Lee feels like he really doesn't like white people anymore.
Well, to be fair,
I mean, he
Is it
has
supposed to be a serious film or a funny film?
knowing Spike Lee, it's probably like overtly serious, but it's almost funnier because he's trying to be that serious.
Because the title makes it seem like it would be a funny film. like it's Black Klansman, I think is how you actually are supposed to say the title.
Yeah.
But they have an extra K in there to put KKK in the
Right.
middle of it. And it sounds like somebody's like stuttering as they try to say the title of the film. Black Klansman.
I'm pretty sure it's like based off like a real person too.
Really?
I have no idea.
That would be cool.
I don't actually know that much about it. I just know Spike Lee.
I don't know.
Something else
I like
that released, the Slender Man movie.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh yes,
And it
sucks.
is bad.
Yeah, everyone says it sucks because they made a Slender Man movie in 2018.
Right. There's actually, I forget what like publication did it, but they interviewed a bunch of the like Slenderverse people.
Ooh.
So like the people who made Dark Harvest, Tribe 12, Everyman Hybrid, they like interviewed them.
That's really funny because
Yeah.
they did it better.
Right.
It got an 11%
Yeah, because it's not a good movie.
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
That's a rough cat.
You know what's worse?
Score.
I say, you know what's even worse is people did Slender Man right 8 years ago on a shoestring budget.
Right. A bunch of like 20-year-olds were like, hey, let's make a web series. And they did.
And they did it and it was good and everyone liked it. Because people enjoyed it for the longest time, which is why that movie got made, is because people liked that.
Right.
But they didn't make that. They made a dumb, watered down Hollywood version of it.
Generic horror movie with their monster of the week being Slender Man.
Yeah, and so it just doesn't make sense that they made that movie in general. And now I'm even more mad because now we have to wait, like, what? Maybe 5 more years before we're allowed to make another Slender Man movie?
Right.
Because we're not going to...
Yeah.
No one's going to make another Slender Man movie because that one
Not
bombed
true.
so hard.
Apparently, this one sets up a sequel.
You know, and it will definitely...
Oh my god, I didn't know that. I'm so excited. Hopefully the next one's good.
Slender Man 2. 2 Slendermen.
Apparently, it is very heavy on jump scares.
Yeah.
Which...
It's not what the Slender Man... Or
No.
the... Like...
But
the
I would
operator.
be willing to watch it just because, you know, I mean, I don't know. I'm
Make
going to wait for it to
make
get...
another Slender Man movie. Don't call it Slender Man. Call it The Operator. Have the circle with the X's in it.
Yeah.
Get sued.
I think the circle with the X's in it is in this film.
It wouldn't be... At
I've
least,
seen the X's at least, like, that are similar in nature. I don't know.
I feel like they wouldn't have that in there, except for maybe like an Easter egg.
Okay.
Just buy the rights from, like, the Marble Hornets idea.
It's already happened.
Is that what they did?
No, but the Marble... Or Always Watching a Marble Hornet story. You don't remember that? Somebody made a Slender Man movie, and it was like set in the Marble Hornets.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hornets
I never saw
universe.
that.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh.
Well, crap. Why can't people do things good?
To be fair, Slenderman's a hard thing
Yes,
to
it
get
is,
right.
but people did it right already. So just copy it.
Right.
Just copy it verbatim.
People with a camera just trespassing
But
into
they-
random abandoned hospitals did it good.
They didn't do it good as in, like, blockbuster good.
I mean,
Like,
Make
that
it just-
wouldn't be a good...
They could literally do the same thing with just slightly better cameras and just better editing and just make it more cinematic. Because we've already had Blair Witch.
I don't...
The Blair Witch Project did what Slender Man did 10 years before they did. 20
Yeah.
years.
I think it did...
And that movie is still great
I
if you go
think
back and
the
watch it.
reason it did well, though, was because it was a web series. Like, it would not do
right,
well as a movie.
I was thinking about that because Slender Man worked really well because it was presented to us as if it was real. It was presented to us as if it was actually happening.
Maybe that's a thing you just can't have anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just because again, Blair Witch did the exact same thing that Slender Man did, but in the 90s. But the difference there was they like framed it as we just found these videotapes in the woods. Here they are, and then in the 90s there wasn't enough internet or good to go around to where you could look up what happened to these people or have other people tell you. You had to like really try to look for what these are, so you could play into like it being fake or being it real.
You could do that, though,
You don't think you can do that
because
now.
Blair Witch had more to go on. Whereas Slender Man, with that, like, you really have a limited amount of things. It's like, well, we'll just take this guy who stalks people and stick him in places. Like
Blair Witch
places.
has nothing to go on. The Blair...
Doesn't it have, like, multiple... Here's me. I
Okay.
don't know much about the Blair Witch.
Okay.
I thought
when I
there
talk
was,
about
like,
the Blair
isn't, like,
Witch...
Exorcist stuff
No.
that happens?
Okay.
Okay.
Blair Witch, literally, the only movie I'm talking about is the Blair Witch Project from like the 90s.
Okay.
Every other Blair Witch movie does not count.
Okay.
The Blair Witch 2 does not count. The one that came out last year does
Okay.
not count. Those aren't Blair Witch movies. The one I'm
Okay.
talking about is the found footage movie, where the movie starts with a black screen and white text. And it goes like, "Hey, we found these tapes in the woods. This is weird. We're trying to find out what happened to these people." And they show you the tapes.
Gotcha.
And the tapes are these guys going into the woods going like, "We're making a documentary about the Blair Witch. She's creepy. These are my cast. We're going to go make this documentary." And while they're in the woods, they're like, "Someone's following us. Oh, God, there's like a weird, like, burning statue thing. That's scary. Oh, God, someone left." And the whole movie is them getting, like, picked off in the woods.
All I know is that everything likes to make fun of the Blair Witch originals, and I've seen all of those things. Like the thing,
Like the scary
people
movie.
making fun of
Yeah.
things, and so like you'll have things like there's a South Park episode where they're making fun
Or
of
they-
it, and
well,
he has the
it's-
camera, and he's like,
it's-
"Oh no!"
That's literally-
Like,
yeah.
just shaking the
That's-
camera a lot.
Well, that's more toward
Cloverfield.
Cloverfield.
Oh, okay,
Which
okay.
Cloverfield did what Blair Witch did, but on a super big budget.
Yeah, they
Gotcha.
were like, we're going to do Blair Witch, but with a giant monster instead of a witch.
And then the movie Quarantine did the same thing as Blair Witch, but with zombies.
Okay.
That's like like any movie that has like the shaky cam, like from the first
Yeah,
person perspective. That all started with Blair Witch.
Right.
I like to think on super
There might be
budget
something before that.
Cloverfield that they took really nice cameras and they found a way on a machine to add in like
The shake.
like
Yeah.
some like extra shake to it, but still had like really good quality camera.
There are fake YouTube videos that people do that do exactly what you just said, and it always bothers me because it's so obvious. Like someone does, like there's one thing I'm trying to remember where a guy says he could punch so hard he can like blow out a candle, and so he has like 5 candles in a row, and he punches, and when he punches, all the candles go out, but the fire's obviously CG, and there's like a shaky cam to it, but it's very much like it's a stilted camera, and someone just like zoomed in a little bit and it goes like. And it's like it's wobbly, but it's like way too smoothly wobbly.
yeah, I see.
You're like,
I
why
see what you're saying.
not just have a guy? Like it's because he's by himself is why he did it.
Yeah.
But just find someone to hold the camera and suck.
Right.
Hold the camera and suck. Just be human for a moment. Anyway,
Is that the last of your releases thing?
that's the last of the news.
I have one more thing.
Never mind. Sequel to the
This-
news.
So we talked about games getting released. We talked about
Movies
getting released. Now I'm going to talk about a product being released because it's hilarious.
A
What
what
is
being
it?
released?
A product.
A product. Okay.
So Resident Evil 2 is coming out.
Yes.
The remake.
Ooh, I saw this. Okay, continue.
Do you know what I'm talking?
Yes.
Okay. And there's a special edition to it. I think it's Japanese exclusive, but you can still find a way to get it. It is a QWERTY keyboard. It is
Like a typewriter.
like a typewriter keyboard.
Okay.
USB typewriter keyboard
For Resident Evil.
for Resident Evil.
Oh, it's a keyboard? I thought it was an actual typewriter.
No, it's USB
Okay.
and Bluetooth. Funny thing, Josh, do you know how to convert dollars to yen?
Yes.
Josh, let's see. The premium edition that includes the typewriter is 99,800 yen.
99,800 yen. So it's roughly about $950.
Oh my goodness.
For the special edition, that's not kind of the game.
That doesn't
You
come
still-
with the game.
That you still have to. You can buy that, or you can spend another $60 to get that with the game.
So $1,010.
Roughly.
So for $1,000, you can get. It's a cool keyboard.
Why?
Hold on. There it is.
It's a cool keyboard, but it's not worth $1,000.
But look at it.
That's not worth $1,000.
But it's cool because, Resident Evil, they got typewriters. That's how you save the game.
Yeah, because in Resident Evil, you have to go to the safe room, type in your save data. Funnier thing is, do you know how much do you know where that keyboard comes from? It comes from a Kickstarter. Do you know how much you can buy that typewriter on Amazon?
$100.
$150. There is a $750 markup for it to have a Capcom and an Umbrella logo on it.
I could do that with a crayon. It won't be good, but I can still do it.
I love that addition there. You know what you could do is just buy that, and then you come over here, and on your computer you pull up the Umbrella and Capcom logo, and we can cut it out on a sticker and print it out on a sticker using the Cricut thing we have over here.
See, there you go, guys. You heard it.
Send
here.
us your keyboards and we won't return them.
We'll do it like Etsy. Send us your thing and the thing you want us to put on it, and then we'll put it on there and send it back to you. But also, you have to pay us.
Yeah.
And you pay shipping.
You know what? If you send with the thing money to be able to send it back to you, I'll make sure it gets back to you.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
You pay shipping.
I'm a nice person.
Every time.
Trust me. I'm a doctor. No, I'm not. Anyway.
Let's see.
That marks the end.
Just for the record, that's the $250 for this.
Yeah, that's the exact same thing.
Let me see.
It just says on the logo.
Oh.
It's the exact same. It even has the red keys in the same spot.
Yeah. It does.
Where you going?
So, I'm sitting right here, Warren. I don't know what you're talking about. What do we want to do next? We want to do a special gift time.
I think it's time for special gift time.
Oh, we should also just talk about you in Japan. But I do want to do the special gift.
So,
yay!
Last episode, Warren told me to give him his souvenirs that he gave me money for in Japan right here on the show. So, that is what I'm going to do.
What did I get?
This must be really entertaining for you guys to listen to.
I'm super excited. I don't care.
First things first, exclusive from the Gundam Cafe, a nice little Gundam mug.
So excited.
And
We'll take pictures of this and put it on our Twitter.
also, a Gundam.
I got a gun!
You have to build it yourself.
Oh.
But still, it's a Gundam from Japan. Next is a nice hat that says Nihon on it.
Screw your hat.
I didn't know what hat size you were, but
This
I
one
feel
doesn't
like
have
it's a hat,
little
so
small.
it should work.
I'm size small.
Next is a nice weed mask.
Nice. Keep going.
And then Japan is the land of gacha machines.
Gotcha.
So I gotcha a Godzilla from the gacha machine.
I feel so bad for everyone listening because it's just me screaming.
Right, it's just me saying an item that exists and then you yelling.
This could all be fake and no one could know.
Right.
I don't know. Those are genuine.
Yeah,
glee
these
noises.
are genuine. Warren was like, "Here's $100," and so I spent $100.
I'm so happy. I can't open it. Keep going.
And then lastly, I got you the My Hero Academia first one in Japanese, so you can't read it.
But that means I won't
That's
open
awesome, though.
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome.
For the record, that's it, right?
Yeah, that's
okay. That's so
For
awesome.
the record, that's it, right?
I didn't want to be like content
What
and
is
then find out
this?
there's
Yeah.
more.
Fun story about that. That was in like a section of just normal manga, but I found that by accidentally walking into a store that was like full of inappropriate manga.
You went to a hentai cafe.
It wasn't a cafe, it was a bookstore.
Oh, sorry.
You have to build your Godzilla.
Man,
But
why the Japanese make
the floor that it was on had a bunch of the word is doujinshi,
Oh, okay.
which
yeah.
is like soft
core. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it was weird because
Oh, I know what you're
it didn't say anything about that on the outside of the store.
talking Well, maybe it did, and you just.
that's also true. On the inside of the store, it was fairly explicit. So if that's not a normal My Hero Academia, I
That's some weird-
apologize.
Or you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I got so many cool things. And it's all the things I love. It's Gundam and Godzilla, and it's My Hero, which is the things I like in Japan.
What is this thing?
It's a weed mask.
It looks like it looks like something that somebody would wear in a horror film.
That's culturally
It
insensitive.
doesn't fit your face.
No, it doesn't. My head is huge.
It's okay, mine is tiny. I'm so happy. So if I wear this the rest of the podcast, would that be bad for the audio?
I mean, yeah, it kind of muffles your sound.
It would make you sound like you're in a tunnel.
I also can't see when I'm using this either.
Anyway,
or bite the plastic open.
To connect this to the to what are you watching, what are you playing, Josh? What did you watch and play while you were in Japan?
All right,
Yeah, you're gonna be immensely more interesting than anything me or him are gonna say.
Well, I was on an airplane.
That's presumptuous of you.
For a long time.
It's true.
So one thing I watched was
I'm gonna sit here and build this.
Oh God, that's gross. I watched the Rampage movie.
Oh yeah. Good, bad,
I
ugly?
actually enjoyed it. So there are like 3, I guess, like factions in the movie.
Okay.
There's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who, I mean, he's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So I mean, he's himself, and he's with a CGI gorilla named George. And they are good friends.
Yeah, you know, that's straight out of the game. George,
Yeah.
Ralph, and or not Ralph, sorry. George, Lizzie, and Ralph.
and
no,
Ralph,
Ralph is one of the 3.
So he's like the main character. He's like an environmentalist guy. And then another faction is the government, who wants to like stop the giant monsters that are attacking. And the main government guy is Jeffrey Dean Negan, whatever the actor's name is.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Morgan, yeah. And I feel like when the director was telling him what to do, they're like, okay, I just want you to be Negan, but not evil. Because he acts the exact same. Like,
he has that same like overconfidence.
he even does like the toothy Negan smile. That's like straight up from the comics. Like that's why he does it in The Walking Dead, is because that's what Negan does. But he was really good, and they were good together. But then there's like the villains of the movie that are like the evil organization that made the like formula that transformed the monsters, and they are the most like 90s kids movie villains ever.
No.
Like they just want to take over the world, or they want to destroy the world for the sake of taking over the world.
You know what?
No,
I'm
it's just
okay
like the way they act. Like
Oh.
it like it's so jarring and it's so bad. It really feels like they're in the wrong movie. So the part where they actually meet up with like with The Rock is so weird because it's like you don't belong here.
The Rock's playing it so genuinely.
Yeah, because like the
and they're
movie
chewing all the
works
scenery.
because everyone like takes itself like seriously to a point, but then they're goofy. But they're not trying to be goofy. They're just bad.
Yeah.
So it really negatively affected the movie. But the giant monsters fighting, you know, it was entertaining. It definitely is not the most like substance-full movie, but I enjoyed it for what it was.
Was there a lot of monster fighting action scenes? Or did it Godzilla, like 2016 Godzilla it, where it's like, there's a part where monsters fight, but that's not the focus.
The giant monsters were present for over half the movie, but they didn't really fight each other until the end.
Okay.
Okay. Like the game. They aren't supposed to fight each other. They're supposed to destroy buildings, and at the end of certain levels, they fight each other.
That's the weirdest IP to make a movie out of.
I love it. I love that idea.
The movie instantly was worse because it didn't end with some guy using the formula to turn himself into a giant monster and then them fight on the moon. Instantly, the movie was worse because they didn't do that.
Sequel.
Why even get the rights to the
Rampage,
series?
yeah. If the giant monsters don't fight a giant monster human person on the moon.
Well, is that how the first game ends?
I'm pretty sure that's how World Tour ends.
Maybe. Yeah, I think you are right.
Because they destroy the city, and then there's that guy who, after every couple levels, it just shows him like looking angry.
Yeah.
And then that guy turns himself into a monster at the end.
Well, yeah, he's the leader of the evil corporation that you're talking
Yeah.
about. I would be surprised if they have a second one. If they don't throw that in there, they have to if like they want to stay true to the.
I don't think they care about staying true to the game.
Gosh darn it, they better.
because the game or the original story was like there was this place called Scum Labs that made like soda, and the soda like had weird formula in it that turned people into monsters. This one, it's animals that got like sprayed with something and turned into giant form of animals.
I like that though, because then it's open ended, like for how they want to use the universe and everything. Because I don't know, the soda thing kind of like makes it to where everyone's gonna become monsters. Everything.
Yeah, there's so many monsters in the end, like in the actual thing.
Yeah. Well, if you play,
because you want different characters to play as.
It's something through time. Rampage
Through Time is the third one.
Is that just the name of it? Yeah. And that one I love. That's probably my favorite one because it's literally just filled with like 20 monsters that you can be.
The best one is the second. Well, I'm not gonna say the best one, but I really like the second one because you start out as 3 different monsters, and then you go to all the countries and rescue the monsters from the first one.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, aliens invade, and you stop the aliens, and then you go to the alien planets and rampage there.
Yeah.
And fight the aliens.
I've only ever played Rampage for the N64, like the first one.
Yeah.
I've never played any of the other ones.
It's so goofy.
Fun. I love those games. Yeah. What else did you watch and play?
I watched a DC animated movie, Batman and Harley Quinn, I think is what it was called.
Huh.
Is that one new? Because I haven't...
It's not the newest one, but it's newer.
I went on a binge like a month ago where I realized Hulu has like all of them.
Right.
And so I just went through and I just watched all the ones I haven't before.
This one's really weird because it's like set in Batman the Animated Series.
Oh.
Like it's animated by Bruce Timm. I'm pretty sure it has all the original voice actors, and the art style is the exact same.
Like the blocky...
Yeah.
Like,
so
that's so weird.
It's like they were like, let's make another episode of Batman the Animated Series.
That's so odd. Because I've seen... What's the
See
one?
if I can find a picture.
There's a bunch of like the Teen Titans ones that came out.
Yeah,
there was
Justice League versus
Teen Titans.
There's Judas Contract, which I've not seen that one.
Judas Contract's the one with Tara.
Yeah.
Which was good. Which was basically like the entire... I mean, I guess it's from the comic books first.
Right, the Judas Contract is like...
That thing,
Is the
issue.
plot line.
Okay. But it was basically the same plot from Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Which I'm guessing that is from... Whoa!
Yeah, it's just straight up Batman the Animated Series.
That's so odd looking. Like, it's so good looking, but...
Can I see?
Yeah, it's so...
Okay, I've seen like pictures from those that people have used.
It's literally if they made
like screen capture.
the animated series today.
Yeah.
That's so weird looking.
I don't know why I know what that is. Like specifically that I've seen
that picture or that
from this
Batman and Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
There was also the Suicide Squad.
Right, they made another one.
They made like the movie, the like animated movie of it, which Assault on Arkham, which I think was the first Suicide Squad like animated thing they did.
Yes.
That's why didn't they just take that story and just use that for the Suicide Squad movie?
Well, the Suicide Squad movie was originally supposed to be like a whole lot darker, but then they were like, oh, people like Guardians of the Galaxy, so let's make this a little more lighthearted and change everything that we've done.
Yeah, but like the base story of Assault on Arkham is just a better better plot than the Suicide Squad movie.
Yes.
Why didn't they just do? They already had it.
Because DC movie universe.
I guess I'm mad about it though. Like,
I don't think anyone's satisfied with the Suicide Squad.
I know,
movie.
but just that alone, Oscar award-winning movie Suicide Squad
for its costuming, when it did not deserve.
It's an
that.
Oscar award-winning movie. You know, an Oscar-nominated movie, Boss Baby. Boss Baby is an Oscar-nominated movie. The Oscars are weird.
The Oscars doesn't know how to do animated movies.
That's true.
What are the kids watching these days?
That's literally what it is.
Boss Baby, we'll do that.
What's
Because didn't Boss Baby go up against like
Ferdinand?
Kubo of the Two Strings with the same year, or was that the year before?
That was the year before. Kubo got gypped that year too.
Wait a second. Wasn't that the same year that shoot, what's the name of the movie? That's so freaking good by Disney and Pixar.
Coco?
Yes.
Yeah, Coco won that year.
Okay, good. It deserved it.
Disney,
I'm gonna be mad.
The Animated Picture Award is usually always won by Disney Pixar.
Yeah, I remember I saw Inside Out with my kid.
That's literally what it is.
I don't know.
Though I enjoyed Inside Out. It's pretty good.
Coco was
Coco.
the bomb. It was not the best Disney movie that some people tried to make it out to sound like, but it was also extremely good.
Was there a good song in that movie?
Yeah, there's like a. I haven't seen the movie, but there's a song that made like people cry or something like that.
Oh, I know the idea of the movie because it's kind of similar to Book of Life.
That's what I was. Yeah, Book of Life.
Yeah, I like that movie too.
Well,
I haven't seen Coco, but I've seen Book of Life. They both have the same idea of Coco's thing is when you get forgotten.
You know, it's based off of like.
Yeah.
Beliefs in real life.
Yeah, the Dias de los Muertos.
Yeah, but the main things in both Book of Life and Coco are different.
Yeah, no, I mean they're also not in the same setting or anything.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
That. Yeah, they're
but
different.
but Coco's was like you die twice, correct? You die once you die, and then you die once you're forgotten about.
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
That's all I wanted to know.
Well, that's a concept that's actually with Dia de los Muertos.
Which is why
you're supposed to remember your ancestors, because if you don't, then they're forgotten, and that's when they're truly dead.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, if you want to get into it, is technically true, I guess.
Yeah.
Like when you're completely forgotten is when you really don't exist anymore.
I wonder if that's originally from de los Muertos. Whatever, I can't say it.
Dia de los Muertos. It's Day of the Dead. Just say it. Day of the Dead is the
translation.
Yeah.
Because I think there's like a Russian proverb that says that exact same thing. Like you die.
I don't know.
You die twice. You die once you're dead, and you die the last time someone says your name.
Yeah, you die twice. You die in the game. You die for real. Thanks, Frankie Muniz.
What's that movie called? Stay Alive? Yeah.
Which is the most like.
I thought that was the third of the Spy Kids movies.
No.
Stay Alive?
No, that's Spy Kids 3D.
Yeah, when they're in the video game. I thought you die in the game, you die for real. It was in Spy Kids 3D.
No, you don't die for real in Spy Kids 3D.
Oh, I feel dumb then.
No.
I love that movie just because.
Which movie?
Spy Kids 3D.
Okay. I was like,
because
clarify.
they don't mocap, but they like CGI every part of them in that whole movie except their heads.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, you could just lay there. I don't know if they did, but you could have just laid down, and you just had to talk, and then they did everything else for you.
I'm pretty sure they all had green suits on.
Probably.
They had the big like suits. I don't even know if they moved because a lot of times they looked like the movement of the suits didn't look real.
Oh,
they looked like run cycles in a video game.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Which is what they were going for.
I've not seen that movie in a long time.
You tell me that there's not a better ending of a trilogy than Spy Kids 3D.
But then they went on and made more.
Literally, like every like major character came back. Like all the villains from the other games, movies that they befriended, came back at the end. Steve Buscemi flies in on a flying pig, dude.
What's their grandpa's name? Or who is he played by? Because he's an insane person.
I don't know.
He's very creepy.
What was the new one that came out? What was it called?
There was one that came out. Like,
isn't George Clooney the president in that movie?
Yes. And in Spy Kids 3, the president had been compromised, and the main villain was Sylvester Stallone.
Yes.
And he was masquerading as George Clooney.
Yes.
And you see him like morph from George Clooney into Sylvester Stallone.
I forgot the main bad guy was Sylvester Stallone. Man, that movie's good.
Yeah, dude. It's got Antonio Banderas, Danny Trejo.
All of the Spy Kids movies were good.
Yeah, dude.
You don't remember those? You don't remember the hard-hitting, like, cool part where they play the ad backwards and it says, "You're a madman, help us, save us."
The madman, help us.
That was too cool.
Dude.
As a kid, I was like, "Oh, we found it."
I couldn't sleep. What?
That really got Josh.
I did that. Thanks, Spy Kids.
To be fair, I couldn't sleep for like a week when I first saw that movie.
Dude, the thumbs and the flips.
Yes!
Those things are terrifying.
Yeah, they're actually terrifying.
Yeah, and then like they
turned the dad. Wait, is it the dad that they get transformed?
No, they transform.
There's the one guy and he has like
They transform Floop.
yeah, but didn't the dad get transformed? Like they turn him into the Floop?
It was. I think it was
'Cause
like
he looked terrifying.
Who's the dad in that?
it's Antonio Banderas.
Yeah, that's right. And who's the mom? She's important.
Some lady with red hair.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Anyway. Go on about Spy Kids.
Dude, I like Spy Kids.
It's good.
But they made a fourth one in like 2015, 2014, and it was bad.
Did they have any of the original cast? Because they're all in their 20s now.
I don't think it did.
I think the kids.
No, wait. Some of those kids had to be like at least the sister has to be in her 30s now.
I'm pretty sure the kids were like our age.
Carmen had to be older. Because I watched that when I was like a kid. Like I would be the same age as
Yeah, and you know what? They were also kids.
No,
it's called Spy Kids.
I would be the same age as like the brother.
Junie.
Yeah. But Carmen was like 3 or 4 years older than her.
Right.
And I'm 24.
So maybe like late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But they showed up.
You can't be a spy kid if you're in your 20s.
Yeah, I think Carmen and Junie showed up for a little bit to like train the new cast.
I'm mad about that.
The Hollywood reboot Pass the Torch.
I'm mad about that.
The main like dad was freaking guy from Community. Jeff, the soup.
Joe
McHale. Yeah. He was the dad, which is so weird, because it was not a good movie. Spy Kids 4 was not a good. How did they get Joel McHale?
Aren't those movies made by Bad Robot too?
Yeah,
which is like J.J. Abrams' company.
It's George Romero.
Wait,
not George Romero. George Romero isn't that the guy who made Doom?
George Romero, yes. Wait.
I don't
want to say these things. I don't think I'm being right.
Spy Kids 4 had the two kids growing up.
Yeah. They just weren't main characters.
Oh, I didn't know that they weren't main characters. Did you know Joel McHale is in it?
Have you not been listening for the past 5 minutes?
No, I've been looking up the cast.
Yeah, the two things you just said, we already had a conversation about.
Jessica Alba's in it.
Oh, she must be the mom in that one. Who? Robert Rodriguez, that's the guy.
Yeah, okay.
The guy who made like Grindhouse.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Danny Trejo is Machete.
Ricky Gervais.
Ricky Gervais is in that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like how Junie looks now.
Yeah, dude, he was in The Green Inferno. You saw his dingaling.
That was him?
Yeah.
He was the one that had the weed brownies?
Yeah, and you saw his dingaling.
Man, the mighty have fallen.
Mighty have fallen. Anyway.
What's Carmen done recently?
Alexa Vega?
She was in...
Why do you know her name?
I literally was just looking at her.
Oh, okay.
She was in a movie...
She was in Machete Kills.
She was in a...
Oh, wait, that's canon.
Yeah. She was in a movie in like 2011, 2012 where she like pretended she was pregnant.
Wasn't she Lava Girl and Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
No, she wasn't Lava Girl. And then she was in one of the Jesus movies. I don't think she was...
Passion of the Christ?
Yes. I don't think she was in God's Not Dead, but I think she was in, I think it's called like We Believe.
There's like 3 of those
I Believe.
Yeah.
There's like 3 of those movies that came out like within a year of each other.
Well,
yeah.
There was that one. It was like I Can See
there was God's Not Dead 2. I think she was in that.
No, because I saw the one that she was in because I think we watched it at the Disciple Now we were at.
I don't know.
All I know about God's Not Dead 2 is it has Melissa Joan Hart in it. You know, like Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah. Passion of the Christ 2, Return to the Christ.
The second book.
You know, they set it up to where they could have done that. Like, they set it up to where they could have done a movie about his return. Because the end of Passion of the Christ ends with The Rock going...
Passion of the Christ 2, Attack of the Clones.
Around the disciples, a perimeter create. Sorry, I'm awful.
Dude.
No, I wanted to say they ended Passion of the Christ 2 on a cliffhanger, but he's not on a cliff.
No, and he's not. I mean, he's hanging, but normally when you talk about death, hanging is like a.
Yeah, there's a different thing there.
Yeah.
Passion of the Christ 2, Tomb Raider. Where Croft shows up.
To be fair, that's not how the third Indiana Jones movie is, but he finds like the
It's the Ark of the Covenant.
yeah. That's the first one.
I was like, that's the first one. That's the Bones of Moses.
The last
would
one
not be the Bones of Moses anymore.
The last one is the Holy Grail, I think.
Mm-hmm. And Aliens.
No,
That's the fourth
that's
one.
the fourth one. That's
That
the
one-
real
Sorry.
last one.
There's only 3 Indiana Jones movies.
The one that killed the rest.
Yeah.
There's
or
only
the possibility
Yeah,
of
there's
the
only
rest.
3 Indiana Jones movies.
And then the other one is just Steven Spielberg doing meth.
that's the film.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you play or watch anything else?
Oh wow, we're still on me. I never have things to talk about.
You went to Japan.
I got Octopath Traveler and played that on the airplane.
How-
Years, because Godzilla's tail's supposed to be this long, not this long.
No, that's That's like the 70s version of Godzilla.
Mm.
The 60s or the 60s or the 30s version, whichever that era, the early versions. Will you stop breaking my Godzilla?
I'm just saying, this is what happens with lizards: is they go with their tail if it gets trapped in something,
And then it grows back.
and then they grow one back, like that one right there.
I played a bunch of Octopath Traveler, but I feel like we've talked that into the ground already.
I love Octopath Traveler so much.
So I will refrain.
We need to wait. I don't know how long it's going to take because I don't know how far behind you are. We need to wait for both of us to finish it and then have a little discussion on it.
Spoiler cast.
A little retrospective.
Mm-hmm.
I just now started going to like people's second chapters.
Okay, so you have everyone now.
I have everyone. And I've done Primrose's second chapter because it was the one with the lowest level requirement. So I went straight from Primrose, like recruiting her, to going to her chapter 2.
See, I started with Primrose, and then I went around. Actually, I went to the left, like this, like everyone's in a circle,
Yeah.
like a circuit, and I started going left, and I got up to the thieves, and then I found out the next person was was the hunter girl.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't seem interesting. Go the other way.
She's so good though. It's like
She turns the game into Pokemon.
She does. Yeah, she does so much damage, but not as much damage as Ulbrich though. He's the best character. And I just got to the shrine to get the hunter job, so that's the only secondary job I have. So now my Ulbrich is a warrior / hunter.
Oh.
So now he can use like every weapon except for like daggers.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Because Ulbrich's been my perpetual like second person.
Yeah, he's my anchor.
Like, it's always, to me, it's been Primrose, who is my buff.
Mm-hmm.
She buffs crap, and then if I need to do, like, dark damage or nice stabbies, I use her.
Nice.
Then Ulbrich is my main damage output. Then I have the story persons.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a healer of some sort.
Yeah. Oh, I basically whose line it. I have Ulbrich, Cyrus, and Ophelia always. And then my fourth person is like whoever story we're
Who's
doing.
Ever changing.
Who's Ophelia?
She's the healer.
Oh, okay.
So
I use Alphen. Alphine?
oh, yeah, I don't know how you would pronounce it, but yeah, the I
like him a lot.
The alchemist, the apothecary. That's the word.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's. I didn't really play anything else because I was busy, but that's basically it.
Yeah, because you were in another country across the world for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Warren, what about you?
Okay, so we didn't talk about it because we suck and we didn't do anything for 2 weeks. But
Yeah, we suck. All
We did
of us.
something.
we did stuff.
We talked.
Yeah. But Evo happened. Evo was cool. I watched all of that.
Mm-hmm.
It was super duper dope. It was basically, let's see, I watched Street Fighter, BB Tag, and
DBZ.
I watched DBZ. DBZ was dope because DBZ had
What was the second one you said?
BB tag,
Blaze Blue.
Blaze Blue cross tag battle. Blaze Blue, DBZ, Smash, Street Fighter were the 4 I watched for the most part. DBZ was probably the coolest to watch.
Well, of course.
Not even because of the gameplay or whatever, because all the top players from the other games also played DBZ. In one of the pools match, which is like, you have your pools, and that determines the winners from each pools goes into the top 64 bracket. So in someone's pools, there was Goichi, which is arguably the number 1 or number 2 best player in DBZ, versus Leffen. Leffen is arguably in the top 5 players of Melee.
Okay.
And they had the coolest fights. Like, they went at it back to back for 5 games.
Gotcha.
Wait, was it 5 or 3? I think it was 3. I guess it had to be 3 because the best 2 out of 3. But they went back and forth, and there was literal moments of just like, I'm running up, they're running up and hitting each other, and they both hit the same button. And if you both punch at the same time, just like in DBZ, you smash fist, and it bounces off. And they did that like 5 times where they would run up and do a combo, but they did the same combo to each other. So it's just both of them doing the same moves back to back, and they're just blocking each other. And they fly back. It was the most it was the most realistically DBZ thing ever.
That's awesome.
Even cooler is in that game. There's like what I would consider like the DBZ equivalent of like a smash ball, like the final smashes, where if you save all your meter and you do 7 bread and butter combos, you between the 2 players, you're getting Dragon Balls. So if I do a basic bread and butter combo on you, like a auto combo basically, which is very low damage compared to what you could do if you did in more advanced stuff, you get a Dragon Ball. If that happens 7 times and someone has 7 bars of their meter, they can summon Shinron,
Which is the dragon.
the dragon, and you get to make a wish. Your wish is invulnerability for a few seconds. Your wish is bring back a character. Your wish is I think it might be it's either full. It might be full meter, or it's full health.
Okay.
And so Goichi was down to his last character, and with very little health. And this never happens this never really happens in tournament. But he got it in the match, and he was about to die, and he did the combo that got him Shinron, and he could bring back a character, and he's Vegeta, or he'd heal himself. He was like, and Vegeta's not really a good fighter. He's not good to he's more of a good assist, but he's like, screw it, full health on Vegeta, which is the most Vegeta thing ever.
Right?
Yeah.
He was like, screw the other teammates, full health, I got this myself. And he came back and won.
I am the hype.
Yeah, and he came back and won.
That's
and that
awesome.
was pools. That wasn't even like your big top plays.
Yeah.
But Sonic Fox ended up winning that one, which is the guy who wins all of the Mortal Kombat and Injustice tournaments. And he's been really good at Marvel
Versus Capcom.
Yeah,
Glad I could help you with that one.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And now he's arguably the best DBZ player. That guy is 20 years old, and he has won 4 Evos.
That's ridiculous.
Street Fighter was dope.
I like that since Marvel is gone, people are just jumping over to Dragon Ball Z because it is the substitute.
Street Fighter was cool. Problem X1, which was a Bison player, which is super cool. Tokido lost, which was sad because he won last year.
Taquitos.
And then while they were there, they also announced that blah blah blah. G and Sagat were coming to Street Fighter V.
Oh, nice.
They announced them, which we already knew they were coming out. They announced them. They showed the trailers for both of them, and then they're like, "And they're playable today. Download it now."
Oh, I didn't realize that they were out already.
Sagat, yeah, I've been playing the crap out of Sagat. I love him.
Yeah, I bet.
Sagat was my favorite character in 4,
Gotcha.
besides Zangief. And G is an insane person.
He's Q.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Not yet. He will become Q sometime in the timeline between now and Street Fighter 3.
Yeah.
Which is in the future.
I played Q's like story mode mission thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's an insane person. Have you seen anything from Q or G?
I don't know anything about.
He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
I know who Zangief is.
Hold on, G.
He's a guy who's.
I just want you to
running
know
for
what he looks
president
like.
of the United States.
No, he's president of the world.
Oh, he is president.
I used to know the name.
No,
No.
Who's the guy that
this is G.
He's like a Russian.
This is G.
I like the beard. He looks like Abraham Lincoln.
He is. What he does when he fights, he says he's president of the world. Praise Gaia. And when he fights, he punches the ground and he absorbs Earth energy to get stronger.
Huh.
And he has weird superpower things. But he's a crazy homeless man. His story is he's on the street recording himself preaching about being president of the Earth. And one of the other characters in the game, Rashid, is just a big troll. And he goes and finds him. And he gets in his video and tries to put him in his own videos. And he's basically just trolling him. And it's like, oh man, this guy's insane. What if I share his videos? And then he does, and now G's popular. But he's also actually a superpower guy.
Yeah.
It's just weird. But I've been playing the crap out of Sagat. He's fun. G's insane. And then Smash was cool. The grand finals of Smash sucked.
Smash 4.
Smash 4. Smash Melee got the main stage this year because every year Evo switches off.
Yeah.
Because they don't want two Smashes on like the main stage.
Mm-hmm.
So last year, Smash 4 got it, and last year we had Smash 4 was on Disney. Like
Disney.
The Evo finals were on Disney. This year Melee was on the main stage, and Leffen won, and then gave his part of his prize money to the losers, to like places 8 through 5.
That's awesome.
Because 7th place for Evo, the top gaming tournament in the world, if you got 7th place, you got like $100. So he's like, well, I got a crap ton of money, so I'm going to spread this out a little more evenly.
Right. Also, Leffen winning Evo is a big deal because he has been playing he's been climbing for the past couple years.
Yeah. Now Leffen doesn't have to respect his elders anymore.
No.
But Smash 4, it was for the most part, the top 8 was pretty good, but the finals everyone didn't like because it ended up being, I don't know how much you followed. I didn't think the two finalists were both Bayonetta players, which is universally everyone's least favorite characters to like play against and to watch because she's boring.
Gotcha.
She scares you into not fighting her because she has a move to where if you hit her, she can counter it by freezing you for about 5 seconds, so you can do whatever you want to.
And she has bullcrap combos that can just carry you off the top.
And she has combos that could kill you at 0 if she does everything right.
Gotcha.
And she has bullets that can shoot from across the stage, which are very annoying and can camp you out. And so no one likes fighting them. So the two players have gotten a lot of hate the entire week they were played.
Gotcha.
Because people would follow them around from game to game and then boo them as they won. Because people really don't like Bayonetta.
Yeah.
And then the finals happened and everyone was like, oh, Bayonetta versus Bayonetta, we're leaving. And so there was a mass exodus of players. So the arena was like half full. And then the two players were like, well, this sucks. And so they try to time each other out by just standing on either end of the stage and just charging their guns for 2 minutes straight during the grand finals of Evo. And so there's like 30,000 people watching, and you just watch the viewership just plummet.
Wow.
To the point to where like the TOs, the tournament organizers, walked up and were like, "You guys got to play. You can't do this." And they're like, "No, we're having fun, man." And they're just talking, hanging out because they're friends.
Yeah.
The two players are friends, so they're just talking, hanging out on the main stage, and everyone's like, "Stop doing this! You're making us look bad. Play the stinking game."
That's really funny.
And what a last.
Yeah, that's the
Evo for Smash 4. Like, way to end it.
Yeah, that's the last. SmashCon is probably the last big tournament, which was last week. There's Evo, then there's SmashCon. SmashCon was the last big tournament of probably Smash 4 until Ultimate comes out. There's other tournaments no one really cares anymore.
Right, because December
The game
Smash
changes.
Ultimate comes out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how good you are, I mean, if you're good at Smash 4, you're going to be good at Ultimate.
Yeah.
Right.
Just how
it's going to transfer over at least a bit.
But there's no reason for people to look up new techs and people to really train that hard and find new weird things because we don't know what Ultimate's going to look like.
Yeah.
But, so that's what I watched, was EVO and SmashCon. SmashCon was cool. MK Leo won, which is normal. He's number one in the world.
Oh, Nairo, I saw yesterday, I think.
He was mad.
Unrelated.
Okay.
He
was mad at his tournament.
got to go and meet and play video games with somebody for Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yes, I saw that.
Somebody's Make-A-Wish Foundation wish was for Nairo, a professional Smash player, to come hang out with him.
Because he's part of NRG. I think that's his thing, which is owned by Shaq.
I know about NRG because of Rocket League.
Yeah.
They have
I know
Rocket
about
League too.
NRG because I used to drink a lot of Monsters, and I love NRG drinks.
Either way, but yeah, I saw that, and I think he invited a bunch of other players to come with him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they did, but he'd like Esan Zero, Void, all these other big name players, DeBuzz, all you guys, you want to come too? And I don't know if it was like you guys should come, or he wants you to come, or it was just like you guys can come too. But he like let it all out to where like you guys should come too because this kid really wants to see us.
Yeah,
That's super neat. I love that.
Yeah, and they went to Dave and Buster's, and they got enough tickets to get a giant Pikachu.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Is this all real?
100% real.
That's so
Yeah,
awesome.
I saw the tweet.
It's so
Right?
awesome.
It's so wholesome.
I love Nairo. Nairo probably no matter how good Nairo's probably top 5 players.
Yeah.
For sure. But Nairo probably ends up being the most successful player in Smash just from his streams and his sponsorship and everything. Because he streams more. He probably streams more than anyone else and streams more successfully than anyone else from playing Smash.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I watched, and then I played Street Fighter. I played a crap ton of Sagat,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then I keep playing more Octopath and Okami. I
I have a feeling Octopath will be your game for.
I just did
months.
the second round. I just did the second missions for everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's one more. There's 2 more rims of missions to go do.
Yeah.
And then what else? Oh, Okami just came out for Switch.
I still need to play that. I've never played Okami.
Okami with your Amaterasu, the White Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And it's very
this
like
game's like 10 years old.
Yeah.
it came out for Switch, and I'm gonna play it. And,
Cool.
Because I bought it, and I put it in the
That's a good reason to play it.
I put my list of games. I kind of have to hide it for now.
Gotcha,
'Cause I want to
yeah,
beat my
yeah.
other things. But Okami is one of my favorite games, and it's so pretty, and I love it. I'm like, I want to play it now. That game could have its own sequel from the content that's in that game. Because there's a part in the game where it changes pretty dramatically. You're like, this is a sequel, but they put it all in one game. Like they could have cut the game up into 2 games, and I wouldn't have noticed. But I haven't played it in 6 years, so I'm gonna go replay it because I love Okami, and that's what I have to say about Okami.
Nice.
It's very pretty. I love it.
All right. You got 7 minutes.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What am I watching? I've been watching 2 shows
Okay.
that I finished seasons on. First of which is a show called Superstore that I tried to talk about the last time on the podcast.
Yeah, you were telling me that earlier.
This show is on Hulu only,
Mm-hmm.
or I think it's actually on NBC as well. So if you have but most people who I know have cut the cord.
Quick side
So-
note: do you guys know that both Tiny Toons and Animaniacs are on Hulu?
No.
Yeah, I knew that. Tiny Toons was on Netflix for a while.
I started watching it the other day at
I love Animaniacs.
2 a.m. in the morning because jet lag sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I love that show so much.
I love
Okay, back to you. Sorry.
Animaniacs. It's great. Go on.
Superstore is I don't know. It's filling the void in my life that The Office has left, which is a really big void because it's probably one of my
Workplace
favorite
situational
TV shows.
comedies.
Yeah, seriously, that's what
No.
it is. It's just Walmart, but they call it Cloud9, and shenanigans happen, and nobody wants to be there, and you have like the typical characters that you'd find in The Office too. And the one thing that they do differently, and the one thing that I can say to try to draw people into this show, is that The Office has like its thing in between like important shots and making the story go on are the quick like goofy thing happens, cut to that person,
like the
only,
interviews
and them talking like to the camera by themselves. This show doesn't have any of that. What it has instead, though, is that it has major scene that's really funny and makes the plot go on. Then a cut over to this random thing happening in the store that is a thing that happens in all major superstores that is hilarious. Like, these two people say a funny thing that makes plot go further. Cut to girl eating crayons out of the or cut to guy in deodorant aisle who is sniffing all of the deodorants, and then he looks around and then he puts it on and then he caps it and puts it back on the shelf. Yeah, love those things. Happens all the time, and every single time I have to pause it after they happen
sit there and laugh at it.
Sit there and laugh at it, because otherwise you're gonna miss like important things. And Emily hates it when I do that, but I can't help it because it kills me. Because there's somebody with that show, writers on that show, who have to sit around and just think about like, you ever been to Walmart and this happens, and then they just make that happen in the show.
I wonder if they have like some hands-on time where they just go to Walmart
like they have they have like study time.
Like the logo even looks like Walmart. Like it's supposed to be Walmart.
Yeah.
And then the other show I finished is Breaking Bad. I finished season 3 of Breaking Bad, which is where the show has started to pick up. Up to this point, I've been like, I like this show, but I don't know why it got like the cult following that it did. And then season 3 has happened, and season 3 is like, we're moving away from him doing petty stuff.
Yeah, this is when he gets like...
This is when he breaks bad?
Yeah, this is when he gets his super lab, and he gets involved with bigger cartels, and like,
So
they're
you're with
starting
Gus
to come
now.
after him. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. That
Gus-
third episode.
Shut up. You've watched 3 episodes, and you've never watched any more of it. Both me and Ethan sat down with you to watch those 3 episodes, and we continued to watch all of it together.
I went to school.
You have TV at school. I didn't watch it with Ethan. We just watched it like in tandem.
It's I almost have only watched the first 3 episodes like as a bit now. Because we have this conversation every time.
I know, and I'm mad about it because it's a good show.
It is a good show. Gus makes the show
Gus
even
is
better.
like the scariest.
Oh, yeah.
It was one of the scariest like antagonists
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
He's in Community, the Hawthorne's Pierce's brother.
Oh, yeah.
The one that takes
Oh,
over
yeah.
the video game world.
Yeah. I
He's
forgot
also
he's in
in Payday.
Yes.
He's the dentist.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that. And then what I've been playing is I've been playing more Stardew Valley. And then also something that I got really into because I finally... Every time the new one's about to come out, the previous year is on sale. Mm-hmm. Even though it's the year that we're in. So I bought FIFA 18 and I've been playing the crap out of it. I don't know why, but every single time I don't really like sports games, but FIFA has the career mode where you get to literally, or the manager mode, where you get to be the manager, you get to sell players, you get to buy players, and like...
Sounds like human trafficking.
All of that is like my favorite part of the game. Like I'm almost frustrated when it's like, all right, now it's a season game, and I'm like,
oh wait, I just have to play a game.
I don't want to play. I don't want to play this. I want to.
No, I want to go back and forth with people, and then be like, I think my player's worth this, and I'm like, I'll give you half of that.
Do you have to play every game, or can you simulate them?
You can simulate it actually, but I mean, what's the point in buying?
The manager
there
mode.
needs to be.
If you like the manager mode, then just simulate the games and then just play the major ones
Actually,
yourself.
it would be cheaper.
I do like the actual part of the game too.
Just buy any of the simulator games on Steam because that's what those are.
Wasn't there like
Really?
a game that was just like a football coach simulator?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, there is that. There's also like game studio simulator where you're. Or game developer simulator, where you're a company.
Oh, I love that game so much.
You start a company to make a game, and you're simulating managing the company. And you're trying to like, I'm going to put more stuff into graphics. I'm going to put more stuff into marketing. Let's see how this works. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, there's a game called NFL Head Coach.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a football coach.
I want to be a football coach.
Yeah. But for real though, like the reason I like FIFA a lot is because I know a lot of the players' names and stuff, and that's another thing I've been watching is that the Premier League literally just started and everything. So my team, Manchester City,
streamer simulator.
Starting to. Okay, yeah.
There's a streamer simulator where you simulate being a streamer.
There's like a YouTuber simulator too.
I think that might be what I'm actually thinking of.
I think PewDiePie might have made that game. I don't remember.
Did he make the game, or did he play?
I think he made a game that was similar to that, but I think there's the YouTube simulator game that's a different thing.
Gotcha. Well, that's all I have today.
All right.
That's all we should have today because we've gone, I think, a little bit over in time. I know I can't see the clock today.
Yeah. We're fine though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good to be back.
Yeah.
So, you guys ready to sign off?
I'm done. I want to go play with my new toys.
All right. See you guys.
Love you.